Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all that stuff, and welcome to Link Forum at Leeds, West Yorkshire. We observe what's happening and we try to point out some useful suggestions to what's happening. This morning, Radio 4, I heard something by Mrs. May on the backstop, this backstop thing, and what's happening there. And she sounded a bit puzzled herself, actually, to tell you the truth, which is not encouraging as she's trying to take us into the EU under the auspices of this agreement which she's trying to pass through with the help of the EU. So we look at this and we start wondering a little bit how things are going to be. If the backstop happens, it could mean that we can't get the World Trade Organization, we can't deal with them alone. We've got to work on the single market again. And once we're into the backstop stage, that's it. We're stuck in it, as it were. So that's not really the very best thing to be at this stage of things. Parliament, all its wonderful members are fighting hard to stop this going through, of course. But we're into this prime ministerial term thing, which is 5 years, and towards the end of that term, things that are happening are quite difficult to stop taking place and running right through. And we look in the past, we look at the fishing industry finished, we look at the coal industry finished, all the factories gone, all the young people who could have got training in those industrial areas now can't get it. Well, they can join in the service industry, of course, but the high street is dead. The Radio 4 has told us that. I'm not a keen fan of Radio 4, but it's useful for some information, and it's just a pity, isn't it, that? So after Brexit, what do? Many people, Middle England, let's say, won't have any jobs. As said before, benefits should be focused on education for young people, and they should be allowed to take jobs, not told, no, you're working, we won't give you any benefits. Pretty useless use of the money concerned in the benefit services when you think about it. So what can we do about all this? We can pressure, you can subscribe to our channel if you really want to, and that would be lovely. And we can build up things. We're not helpless, are we? We are England, we are UK, we can do stuff. But does the government respond to ordinary people and their ideas? Not very much. It's like I said before, there's really two Englands. One is called Westminster, and 400 or so MPs, or whatever the number is, doesn't really matter, but they're getting all the ideas, putting them forward, probably not very well, and probably can't get them past their own Prime Minister even. So that's a strange situation, isn't it? So if we had a government that responded to what people really want, which is jobs, and not just service industries delivering papers for young people, for everybody, not just buying things offline, but buying them in the normal way in the high street. Keep the high street going and let people meet each other in those positions in the high street, in the shops in the high street. We don't have to be buying online all the time, but we are, and that's how it is. And we all go for the cheaper bargains. But the cheap bargain is not helping us forward as a country. And that's the sad thing. Now, I don't want to go too long. It's getting too long now. But again, thanks for watching. And we thank you very much for that. And don't just watch, join us and look at our website where we've got more stuff. We've got bizbodysoul.org, and we back up from there in what we are doing. Please join us, please write in, and that's all we can do. We can only pray, hope, work very hard to keep this country afloat. It's only just viable now if you have a business to keep going, and it's going to be very hard work. But let's not give up, and let's say after Brexit we can be on our own, we can have lots of contracts with people who we've not been able to do, not stuck with the straight market anymore, but also stuck with markets from Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Many countries can join in, which before we just couldn't do. So thanks, that's it for now. The next one will be, well, whenever it happens, quite frankly. We will see what comes along. Thanks a lot for watching.